The distress beacon pierced through the silence of Sector 7 like a knife through flesh. Commander Valak Thorne's mandibles clicked in irritation as he studied the coordinates on his tactical display. The signal originated from the Forbidden Zone, the breeding grounds of the Krothiks, the galaxy's most feared apex predators. "Commander, we should ignore it," his second-in-command hissed, his scales rippling with anxiety. "No species survives in Krothik's territory. It's likely a malfunction." Valak's four eyes narrowed. "A human distress beacon doesn't malfunction. Move out." The elite guard descended through the crimson canopy of the Death World, their combat armor gleaming in the dim light of the binary suns. The Krothiks' homeworld was a nightmare made flesh, every plant poisonous, every creature evolved for slaughter. The Krothiks themselves stood at the apex. 10-foot-tall reptilian hunters with obsidian claws and intelligence to match their ferocity. They found the crash site within the hour. The human vessel lay scattered across a clearing, its hull torn open like soft fruit. Scorch marks and claw gouges told the story of a violent descent, but what made Valak's blood run cold was the silence. "Where are the Krothiks?" his lieutenant whispered. "They should have swarmed this crash within minutes." The answer came as a low, rumbling growl from the tree line. 3 Krothiks cubs emerged, each the size of a full-grown human, their juvenile scales still soft and mottled. But they weren't attacking. They were positioned in a defensive semicircle around something or someone. Valak raised his scanner and felt his heart skip a beat. Life signs. Human life signs. "Hold fire," he commanded, though every instinct screamed at him to retreat. The cubs' eyes tracked the elite guard's every movement, their needle-sharp teeth bared in warning. One of them, the largest, released a piercing shriek that echoed through the forest. "A call for the adults. We have minutes at best," Valak muttered. "Whatever's behind them." "Commander," his second's voice cracked with disbelief. "You need to see this." They moved closer, weapons trained on the cubs. The young Krothiks held their ground, refusing to yield, even as the armored soldiers towered over them. And then, Valak saw her. Ilara Wynn lay against the wreckage, her pressure suit torn and bloodstained. Her left arm hung at an unnatural angle, and a deep gash crossed her forehead. But she was conscious, her gray eyes alert and focused on the cubs protecting her. "Don't hurt them," she rasped in broken galactic common. Valak's translator unit sputtered in confusion. "Explain yourself, human." "Why do they guard you?" Ilara coughed, blood flecking her lips. "The crash. I was thrown clear. The cubs found me first. They were curious. I sang to them." "You sang?" The concept was absurd. Human lullabies. Songs my mother taught me. She smiled weakly. "They reminded me of children, so I treated them like children." The largest cub nudged closer to Ilara, its massive head resting gently against her uninjured shoulder. She lifted her good hand and scratched behind its scaled ears. The creature's eyes half-closed in contentment, a deep purr vibrating through its chest. "Impossible," breathed the lieutenant. "Krothiks are incapable of bonding outside their species. They're pure predators. Krothiks, they're babies," Ilara corrected, her voice gaining strength. "And I was alone and scared. So were they." She looked directly at Valak. "When the adults came, the parents, they should have killed me. They positioned themselves between me and their parents. They chose me." A tremor ran through the ground. The adult Krothiks were returning, drawn by their offspring's calls. "We need to extract her now," Valak ordered, raising his weapon. "No!" Ilara's shout surprised them all. "You fire on them. You fire on me. These cubs saved my life. Their parents spared me because their children vouched for me. Do you understand how incredible that is?" 3 massive forms emerged from the shadows. The adult Krothiks dwarfed their young, their scales black as void, their claws capable of shearing through starship hull plating. They should have attacked immediately. Every xenobiological study said they would. Instead, they stopped. The largest adult approached slowly, its eyes fixed on Alara. The cubs chirped and trilled, pressing closer to the wounded human. Alara never flinched, never looked away from the apex predator, studying her. Then the adult did something that would be debated in xenobiological circles for decades to come. It lowered its massive head and touched its snout to Alara's outstretched palm. "Humans," Valek said softly, wonder replacing his military discipline. "They told us you were fragile, weak, that you survived the galactic stage through luck and cunning alone." Alara smiled through her pain. "We survive because we see family where others see monsters. We see children where others see predators. We sing lullabies in the dark because hope is the most human thing of all." The adult Krathix settled beside her, creating a living barrier around the wounded human. The cubs climbed over their parents to curl against Alara, their purrs forming a protective symphony. Valek lowered his weapon. "Medical team, advance slowly. No sudden movements. We're guests here." As his team worked to stabilize Alara, Valek watched the impossible scene unfold. The most dangerous predators in known space, treating a fragile human as one of their own, not through dominance or fear, but through something far more powerful: understanding, compassion, love. Later, as they lifted Alara to the medical shuttle, the cubs cried out in distress. She whispered something to them in her human tongue, and they quieted. The adults watched in silence as the shuttle ascended, their young ones calling farewell to the strange, soft creature who had shown them kindness when she had every reason to fear. "Commander," his second asked, "what do we report?" Valek watched the Krathix family fade into the crimson jungle below. "The truth, that we found a human who turned predators into protectors with nothing but songs and courage. That humanity's greatest weapon isn't technology or firepower, it's their ability to find common ground with anyone, anywhere." He paused, his voice filled with newfound respect. "We report that we finally understand why humans are truly dangerous. Not because they fight well, but because they make allies where no one else can. Even in the darkest corners of the galaxy, they bring light."